Former Arsenal flop Nicolas Pépé and adult star Teanna are getting a divorce. For those who don't know who that is, she's a star on the orange YouTube. If Khalifa is the Messi of that world, then Teanna is the Ronaldo. But the football superstar and world-class bot have been dating for a couple years now and reportedly got married. Nicolas Pépé, let this be a lesson learned, because what should have been a quick pump and dump is turned to heartbreak and pain in your sorrows. Because as J. Cole once said, don't try save someone that doesn't want to be saved. And that applies to hoes. And we're talking about the biggest of them all. While you're watching this video, someone out there's probably shooting out kids or videos to her. Nicolas Pépé, don't be sad. This is a blessing in disguise. Because imagine your future children coming up to you crying because they got bullied in school with videos of their own mother getting straight steam trained. This is one of the craziest stories in football history. Never has a player of this level been this down bad that we know of. He must have learned a lot of lessons, but hey, at least he had some of the greatest nights of his life under them sheets.
All right, man, real quick video. They, for the most part, have gotten Khalifa, the adult star, film star. She's pregnant. I'm gonna talk about that. But there was also a post talking about Pépé, the soccer star, who left his family allegedly for Teanna, had a girlfriend or whoever she was, a kid at least. And hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. It don't really surprise me, dog. A lot of these dudes are still, prisoners to their lust. A lot of, with the, adult film industry going up on a Tuesday, and it's very, very popular and it's very, very hot out here. A lot of these dudes, and when we was younger, we would lust over and be like, man, I'd love to be with this one, that one. But really, in reality, once you find out how nasty they really are in that industry, you don't want to do none of that. You don't want none of that, bro. They're basically selling their souls. They're basically selling. Come on, man. Why are you hitting your brakes, bro? They selling their soul in their bodies. But, some of them, you just have a thing for them. And a lot of these dudes, they get the means to do so. They get the money, and they go get the women that they want. Remember the quarterback for the 49ers, I don't know where he's playing at now, Jimmy Garoppolo, he went out with Lisa Ann. He took her on a date. He probably just wanted to clap it up. Some guys just want to know what it's like. And a lot of dudes, some dudes are a little bit different. Some dudes get the bread and they want to go clap up the girl from middle school or high school that they had a crush on, and they'll spin the block on that. Some dudes, with, the adult film industry kind of really getting where it's got to. Some of us, we go out there and we want to go get our favorite adult film star. That's just what it is. I know a lot of dudes that admit to it. There's a lot of dudes with transparency that admit to it, and it's a lot of dudes that don't want to admit to it. But if they had the opportunity to go out there and get the ones that they want, dude, a lot of dudes, they may not cuff them, but the thing about it is these women are professional. They're professional at what they do. So if you are sexually driven, what is that? If you're sexually driven, honestly, or, you ain't really had that much experience, and she give you some and you get turned out, to be honest with you, some dudes is just gonna have their nose open. When you younger, that happen. When you get with a woman and you get it for the first time and she may have more experience than you and your nose be open and you following behind her, even if she got 3 other dudes she dealing with, but it's just so good. For a lot of these athletes, that's what it's like. You go out there, get the baddie, get the model, get the porn star that you was lusting, get the girl you was lusting at for school. And some dudes they marry women based off the availability of sex, even when they got money. But when they get the woman that of their dreams, wherever that may be, from school, from wherever that may be, from the TV, from the movies, from the dolphins, they get that woman, a lot of times another one come on that's better than her, and the only thing that drove you to her was sex. But Tina Trump, there were some text messages that leaked out that she was just playing this idiot, the soccer star, and she didn't really want to be with him. So it was some messages that came out that said that. So maybe that's what it was. But you know, hey, if you're gonna deal with her, don't be caught on camera or publicly dealing with her. Smack her up and she would have respected him more had he just clapped her up and just kicked her out the hotel room and just, you know, clapped her up, kicked her out the hotel room. That's what they respect. When you dealing with women like Tina Trump, they don't want commitment, bro. They know who they are. They know they're a nasty, slutty hoe. And if you commit to her, she not gonna respect you. That's the one thing about dealing with hoes. When you try to say hoes, they are, and you know they're a hoe, it's an amount of respect that you ain't gonna able to fulfill again within her. So you know, it is what it is. He might run back to his ex and, you know, whatever. Hopefully they can work it out. But Mia Khalifa, some dude got Mia Khalifa pregnant and everybody looking at him like a sucker. But, you know, everybody done seen her bust that monkey open. And she is rare because you don't see a lot of women of Middle Eastern descent, you know, in adult films like that. That's what's so rare about Mia Khalifa, is that you don't see a lot of women like that, you know. And people didn't. She had the podcast with Gilbert Arenas. It didn't really work. But this just shows other women that, you know, this just shows other women that it is possible. It is possible that, you know, you can, you know, go out there, you can be a hoe, you can be a porn star, and then you also can still, you know, have another life outside of that. You can still get chose. That's the crazy thing about it, that you still can get chose. And this is what gives women hope. This is what gives women hope. Oh, if she was a hoe, a stripper, a sex worker, OnlyFans, and she still got married and she still got a family, I can do it too. But they don't think about it. When they had that kid, your mom was a porn star. You can try to wipe the internet as much as you want to. Your mom was a porn star. And these kids know how to use tablets, phones, they control, alt, delete, internet way better than most adults know how to use it. And this kid, whether it's a female, whether it's a male, has got to grow up with that. And it's a female, you know, she got the adult film star whole gene in her. So this is the things that, you know, a lot of guys don't really think about when choosing a woman promiscuous past. And at the end of the day, you want to know. Guys can be like, man, I really don't want to go through her phone. You want to know before you make a major commitment. Now, once you make that major commitment, you probably don't want to know because you locked in. You locked in, but you know, for most guys, bro, you want to do your investigation. And most women today gonna have sex, but you don't want a bitch that went to an orgy, that was a porn star, that was OnlyFans, that was getting trains ran on her. Like, it's just a respect thing. And you can have the misandrist trying to, you know, the female feminist trying to push, oh, body count doesn't matter, this, that. Well, then why lie about it? Why does Bonnie Blue is trying to scrape the internet, or one of them adult stars trying to scrape the internet? So it is what it is, or guess what? It is what it ain't. Hit the link in the description. You can find me on Patreon, X, Facebook. Well, no, just hit the link in the description. Find me on Patreon. I just updated it. Probably by the time see this again, update it again. Peace.